Hi, everyone. Val with Sisters
Hello.
of the Mystical Tarot with my beautiful co-host, Marina, Heart-Centered Tarot, and Shari, Voices from the Swamp.
And friend,
Ladies, thank you for joining me today.
this is one of the strays kittens. She hauled the other two off or wait for her to come get this one, but
Aw,
he's been having a fit since I got home, so I got him with me.
aw, yeah.
Kittens. Yeah,
Oh, they're so
there's
cute.
kittens
Yeah,
everywhere.
there's a reason why little puppies and kittens are cute. So we all
Yes,
get all soft-hearted and can hardly help ourselves.
yes.
But I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And I just want to thank Gray for being here, and Janet, who's Bora Bora, Robert, um, Lois, hello. And I know some of you are just now getting the notification, so we'll let some of you come through in the next 5 minutes or so. And so I'm going to go to Marina and ask what you have coming up on your channel, what you want to talk about, classes, memberships, whatever you got.
All righty. Well, at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, that's 6 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be joining Arthur on his channel. I'm going to be a guest on Arthur's channel. I'm thrilled.
Yay.
So, yeah, looking forward to that. Tomorrow, we've got Messages for Lightworkers
Yes.
at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then at 7 p.m., I'll be on Shari's channel because she's going to be hosting Golden Girls Coffee Clutch.
Ooh.
So really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Mm.
And we're Judy from Judy's Healing Fire is going to be joining us. So you can do that. If you're interested in booking yourself in for a reading, finding out what classes I have on offer or what's happening, please check out the new and improved website, which is marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. Take a look at the testimonials. Find out what people have said about my readings. Then take a look at the classes. Take a look at booking a reading. Take a look at gifting someone with a gift card and letting them decide if they wanted to get a reading, if they wanted to take a class, depending on how generous you are, if they wanted to do a combination, whatever. So please go over, check out the website, check out the membership on the website, because there is membership on the website. I'm hoping to transition most of the folks that are on in the membership on YouTube over to the channel.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Everybody go sign up. Join the website, marinasheartcenteredtarot.com. Go join the website membership.
Yes.
Perks are wonderful. You absolutely will love it. So thank you, Marina. And Shari. Oh, and go like and subscribe. Marina's Heart Centered Tarot. Leave a comment if you can, please. And Shari, Voices from the Swamp. Subscribe and comment. Oh, yeah. And Val, Dragonfly.
Yeah, yes. Say, don't forget you.
I'll throw myself in there. And so, Shari, what's coming up for you?
A chest full of cat. This is the stray cat's one of her kittens. As y'all can see, he's making his debut. Yes, baby, yes. Mommy went and hid the other two because the yardmen scared her, and she hasn't come back for him yet. And I couldn't handle listening to him crying out there by himself, so we brought him in the house. What do I have? I had Golden Girls tomorrow night. I've got a new reader that I discovered named Diane G. She's done some shows, it looks like, with Linda Day Gonzalez. And she does like healing and personal stuff and whatnot. And so she's going to be a guest on my channel Friday afternoon. And I don't know. There's other stuff this weekend, and I don't have my book. It's buried back there with my purse. Go to my post page. Go to Voices at the Swamp. Click on the post tab, and I've got my whole schedule loaded up on there. You can go and look and see what is when and why and where and how. And I think this weekend I'm doing the deep dive with Nate, so that's a pre-recorded. We do that Saturday, and then it gets released sometime Saturday afternoon. And the slumber party with Ramon this week. So
Nice.
and there's other stuff too, and I just don't remember what.
Sounds fantastic. Thank
Yes.
you. And you're developing classes.
I am. I'm working on putting together information to do a class on vision boards. And so I've had a big request for that from my members. Members meeting Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock Central.
There you go.
And before I forget, so excuse me. So I'm working on that, and I'm gonna run some of my stuff by them in the members meeting, see what they think, what they would like to see tweaked, and try to put it together, and then hopefully be able to start a class maybe in September
Wonderful.
after Labor Day. So
That would be wonderful. Wonderful.
You
I've
reminded
never
me,
done
Shari,
a class
thank you.
before, so I want to make sure that I feel like I've got everything I need. I don't want to go at it half cocked and then, I feel.
Exactly.
Mary says Diane G is awesome. So we've got people in chat that already know who she is.
And yes, thank you for reminding me, Shari. I have a members get together on Sunday at 2 p.m. So if you're one of my members and I don't have your email address, please send an email to heartcentertarot@outlook.com. Go to the website and sign up on there. And that way I'll have your email address so that I can send you the invite. Yeah. Membership is something.
Same for me. If you send me your email, swampvoices@gmail.com, so I can email you the Zoom link, because we do it on Zoom. So
okay, very good. So I just want to say the Arthur and Val event is we're all sold out for the next 2 months and almost sold out for October. So there are only 4 places available for October. If you want to sign up for that, go to Val's, go to dragonflycrystals.store rather, and sign up for that. That'll be October 11th. And that's always a Saturday at 3:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time. And sign up for my classes, a reading, anything you want at dragonflycrystals.store. So I just want to thank everyone for being here. And I'm going to go down the list of the newcomers. Artist Liz, Arlene, Forney, Mary, Anya, Edward, Kenneth, Anita, Annie, Danny, Phyllis, and Marjorie, Garnet. Hi, Amy, Warrior Princess, Jules Niner, Manex Girl. I am Lulu, Alicia Rosea, and let's see, that's it. Okay, all of you, thank you for being with us. And we're going to talk a little bit about indirect versus direct communication and what that looks like. What happens when you manage someone around you behind the scenes rather than being direct with them, for instance? And what is the energy of that? What does it look like and feel like to everyone involved? And what are the payoffs of either or? And is the indirect choice for comfort? You know how we don't like confrontation.
Yes.
So there's There's
He'll
no,
say,
there's no one answer. It's no right, wrong, or whatever. Every circumstance has its own kind of feel into it thing. You really, you know.
Yes.
But we'll start with you, Shari. What do you think about that? How do you handle things normally? And
I'm more of a indirect, I think. I'm just because I don't conflict makes me nauseous, like physically makes me ill. I don't like to deal with conflicting things, and if I get mad, I'm a cabinet door slammer. Slamming the cabinet doors, and everybody knows, oh, Sherry's pissed. Back off. It's just to get that anger out of my system. And then once I
yeah.
kind of get that initial anger out and gone, then I can sit down and talk about it.
What about if it's somebody that you work with online or somebody in your community? It's not a family member. Like in those situations,
Well, at work, I mean,
or at work.
if at work, I haven't really run into it that much. There have been a couple of times over the years where conflicts have come up.
Mhm.
And usually it's over a misunderstanding or somebody assuming something and not following through to make sure that their assumptions are correct.
Like
And
the teachers,
so,
like the TAs or something like that, and getting paid for that, and then not. You were you were told to
yeah,
talk about that whole
I don't deal with the TAs. I handle the financial aid student workers, the undergrad.
financial aid student workers. Okay,
Right.
yes,
And so it's part of their financial aid packet. They can do a work study,
there it
I
is.
think,
Yeah,
and they're allowed to work like 10 hours a week. Most of them I don't have an issue with. Most of them are really good. Um, some of them are, you be nice. You be nice. All right, get down. She's going to hiss at him. Oh, wicked witch. Um, but I've had a couple of problem kids in the past that just didn't bother to fill out their hours or to sign off their payroll or to come in and sign off on the voucher because they didn't sign off on their payroll. And then I had one year who at the end of the year, he went to his daddy, who's a full professor in another department in our at our university, to say that he never got paid. I never paid him, blah, 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 blah. And his dad showed up like spitting fire. And I said, stop. I explained, I said, he never responded to an email. He never showed up. He never filled anything out. And I've got all the emails, everything to prove it. I said, if he's got a problem with getting paid, he needs to go talk to financial aid. I did what I could do, but if he's not going to follow up, then my hands are tied. So the father apologized to me, and they went and dealt with financial aid over that. So, because I was like, I'm not getting in the middle of that one, not for anything. But in the community, I haven't really had any conflict, so to speak, in the community. There have been people that maybe took something I said or wrote the wrong way. And I try to explain, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was, and explain it to them. And there's only been a couple of people that I've had to just simply go, okay, you know what? Bye. I don't need the headache of this. If you're that worried or that upset or that pissed off, go find somebody else to watch. Obviously, I'm not the right person for you.
Yeah.
I just had to cut somebody off 2 nights ago.
Mhm.
And it's like, I was like, I do what I do. I talk about people's stuff and their products that they sell or that they make because they're my friends, and I like to put that information out there. So
Yeah.
I go check it out. I said, I don't get anything for it. I do it just like when somebody asks me for an Akashic reading. I'm like, I don't do those, but you can go get in touch with Val.
Oh, thank
Exactly.
you.
So I
Yeah.
mean, the same with Marina with certain reading. I'm like, I'm booked, but check. Maybe Marina has an opening, or she's good at doing that kind of thing. And so, and some people get kind of pissy about it, and it's like, well, then sorry. Um, I've
So
just
you just are direct, and some depending on the circumstance, you can be direct and just say it like it
can
is.
be direct
You
if
do
I have
it in a nice way. You're diplomatic about it,
Yeah.
but you,
right.
yeah,
That's my nature, is to try to make everybody happy, because I don't like conflict. It makes me physically ill. So,
yeah.
well, stop, go away.
So yeah,
Stand on
that all
the
makes sense. That all
Um,
makes sense.
so I mean, if I can kind of be indirect about something, and the other person's like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overstep that boundary. Then that's even better. But sometimes there's no choice. You just got to get in somebody's face. Now, I would much prefer the indirect method, because I don't like getting in people's faces about stuff. It's just me. Um, but there's a lot to be said for people who can be very frank and honest, and just right there. No,
And say it like it's from their heart, and like you can't even get
right.
offended, kind of thing. That's a talent.
Exactly. I mean, and that they're being honest and
Yeah,
heartfelt with what they're saying. Now,
you don't take
maybe
it
they don't
personal
say it.
because it's their
Maybe they
own.
don't say it the way you wanted to hear it, or
Yeah,
maybe in their frustration they sound kind of rude or something when they're saying it. But when you stop and think about it, it's like, yeah, okay, I get where you're coming from. I'm sorry,
yeah,
and
exactly.
it's just, if I can do indirect, I prefer that, because I don't like conflict. But if I have to get mean, I can get mean. I just
Well, direct doesn't
like
mean mean, but it's
no,
just
but I mean, for me, it's like flipping
you
my
want
mean
to,
switch to
yeah,
be
you have to
like,
soften it because it's
yeah,
definitely clear and explicit and straightforward. So, yeah, you can
mhm,
definitely make it sound sharp, sharper, like a knife.
yeah,
Oh,
Absolutely.
like look, back off.
yeah. Okay,
But
so
yeah, I mean, it just depends on the person I'm dealing with, what the situation is.
yeah,
Some people they're just going to be ugly to be ugly,
yeah,
and you just have to learn to deal with that, and just
yeah.
let them
Well,
say up.
I just want to say thank you, Sherry. I want to say hi to Joan and Barbara, Crystal Connors, Viviani. Thanks for coming in. And it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Marina, how about you?
You know what? I tend to I will use the indirect approach first, and that is I will always give the other person the benefit of the doubt, and it's kind of the way that I would like to be approached if I have done something or misunderstood something, is kind of indirectly. However, however, um, if something persists or happens more than once, then yeah, then it's time to be direct.
Because it might leave. It's like leaving sticky film underneath, and
Yes,
it's not. You're
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not.
absolutely. So, I do tend to think that, yeah, being indirect is maybe the kinder, gentler way, because you don't always know someone's circumstance, or where exactly they're coming from, and whatnot. Um, if that indirect doesn't work, then yeah, I have no problem, as some of you may know, being very very direct. I'm not, I don't ever want to be mean or cruel, but if I'm going to be direct, I'm not always going to pick out the soft kumbaya language.
Yeah.
It's going to be this and this and this and this. And, this is a situation. These are my boundaries. These are my expectations. Either in or out. Like I can be direct. And from what I'm told, people don't like it when I'm direct.
Well,
I don't know why.
It's because we're like a society who does things behind people's backs kind of thing. But we're not talking about indirect like behind someone's back. We're talking about indirect like without confrontation
Yes.
kind of situation. That's really what we're saying.
But there have been times when Marina has been very direct in making a point of my channel, my rules, my way.
Yeah.
And I sit back and go, bravo. I don't know if I have the nerve.
It takes a lot of courage to come out there and be powerfully in charge of your domain.
Can I hire you to do that on my channel?
Yes. Yes. I will post videos for all of you. Yeah, absolutely. But it's always the idea you get more done with honey than you do vinegar and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I tend to treat other people the way that I would like to be treated. And if there is if something is misunderstood or it's not stated properly or whatnot, I would like the opportunity to be able to say, oh, sorry, I didn't know, I misunderstood, whatever, right? Yeah. Rather than have someone just
hardline it and
down
on you.
Down, right? And yeah, but otherwise, the indirect, and it leads to the direct. It's kind of like, I'm 51% sweetheart, 49% bitch. You choose. What do you want?
Now that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just face it, folks. We all have the bitch part. Let's just say, when no one's looking and we get offended or irritated or whatever.
Push the right buttons and you will be,
my God. The turbo, BITCH channel rise. So, it is there within every one of us. Let's not deny it. And we try to be kind, but we're not going to let our boundaries be overrun by anyone, because that would be going backwards in our growth and evolution as a divine feminine on the planet. And I just want to say hi to Book and Lauren. Also Teresa, Tea Garden Chicken, good to see you here. And it's a sticky kind of situation for sure. And
sending you healing, Book, sending you healing and manifesting a chair.
Healing and somebody to get you a chair. I've done that. I'm serious.
Let's do some instant manifestation.
Yeah.
Manifest.
Just the strength to get up into a chair. That can be a major event.
Major event. So
absolutely. There have been times when I've gotten up in the morning and went to step out of bed and my back says, no, and I hit the floor.
Yeah.
And I literally crawl to the bathroom.
Yes.
To get down and crawl. That's really tough. Thank goodness I haven't had that happen very many times, but I mean, it's been close to that where you're bent over and you can't straighten up kind of thing.
You can't straighten up, or you fall and you can't get up. I mean, we've all laughed at the commercials about that, help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
Yeah.
But it's scary when you fall and you can't get up and you have to
Exactly.
rely upon
Yeah,
someone else to come help you get back up again.
Yes.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
Yes.
so
I
yeah.
How about
So-
you now? What's
so,
your preferred?
direct and indirect. Pisces are, big indirectors because
Uh-huh.
we start out like the passive aggressive style. That is, everything hits us later and we react later, when in the moment we don't even
Yes.
know what hit us. No matter what's going on. Of course, that goes away. By the time you're 40, 30 even, you're like, oh, I know what's going on. You're gonna run your show. You're not gonna be the one run by life.
Yes.
So, but so yeah, indirect is definitely something that I would say it's pretty much preferred by, I would say, women in general. Maybe
Yes.
not. Maybe men are more likely to be direct because that's a societal programming. I think a little bit. Although there are some men who are now very much divided, masculine, feminine
Yes.
balanced, where they can be a little bit compassionate in their heart, and they don't want to hurt someone in how they communicate. But it definitely, indirect, you're stating facts. You're stating requests and clear opinions. And it does reduce misunderstandings. It does save time, and it works well in tasks focusing on time sensitive stuff. So you might see that more at work. The cons are it can sound blunt or overly harsh if not delivered with care.
Yes.
It's hard to be direct and deliver with care. It really is. So you may feel uncomfortable in cultures or relationships that value subtlety and harmony. Yeah. It's not quite, doesn't quite. So indirect communication, though, it conveys meaning more subtly, implied rather than stating the actual message. You're just implying it. The listener is expected to interpret tone, context, and nonverbal cues.
Yes.
So using suggestions, hints, or storytelling, you may downplay the disagreement or to maintain harmony. Situation, it doesn't have to be a disagreement. Relies heavily on shared understanding or cultural context, like being late to something or missing an appointment or something like that. For example, it would be helpful if we had the report soon, implying a deadline without stating it.
Yes.
Or that's an interesting approach. Have we considered
Only they can read our minds.
have we considered the budget implications? So a soft way to say you're full of it, it'll never work. No, but I mean, that's the indirect soft approach. But the pros are it maintains politeness and harmony and reduces the risk of offending useful and sensitive or hierarchical kind of situations. But the cons are it can lead to misunderstandings because they're left to interpret. You haven't stated it right out there. You've left an open window of interpretation. And unless they're sharp and paid attention, they could just float, let it all roll off their shoulders and not pay any attention to it. So slower to reach clarity in urgent matters. So you're waiting for them to receive it and have their brain process it.
Yes.
And you're still waiting there for that damn report. But you know what I mean? Because
yeah, if it's something that is extremely time sensitive or there is urgent action needed, then direct is the only approach.
Yeah, there are times. There are times, especially in a professional environment.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're not going to pussyfoot around. So,
No.
you're running a
No.
business, you're working for a company or something like that, and you have deadlines. You're head of a department or whatever, you're going to go over. And it's expected at a work
Yeah.
environment. Of course, it's more anticipated. It'll be facts and figures and timelines. So
Yes.
you
It's
know,
like being in a house that's on fire. You don't approach the other people that are inside saying, I think it's getting a little smoky. Maybe we should consider going outside and
yeah,
getting some fresh
consider
air.
it.
Yeah. No, you stand in the middle of the room and say, get out, fire. Right?
Exactly. You're exactly. So there's an idea out there of blended approaches where using directness with clarity and speed are essential, but using indirectness when handling sensitive topics, giving feedback, or preserving relationships.
Yes.
So you don't offend somebody to the point where they wonder if you have a relationship anymore. But it's one of those things that you're going to know in the situation. Every situation is kind of different and has its different framework, and your level of intimacy with that or closeness with that person you're dealing with has a lot to do with it as well.
Yes.
So, for me, like I said, I'm more indirect because I really find it difficult to bluntly say something unless I'm really mad. But even when I'm really mad, even to my husband, I'm not going to say it in a cruel way. I'm just going to say it in whatever I
But
say.
you can be scary when you're direct. I've
Me?
seen you be direct a few times. Yes, you. And it's like, oh, damn.
See, that's
I don't want to
because
be on her bad side,
because I'm going to tell you right now, here's the thing. It's because I have so much power in my authority of who I am. And if you don't realize that when you say something, it's like a blast of a rocket ship. So
Yeah.
that is how powerful my speaking directly is. And I have to be cognizant of that. It is like, yeah. So we have to know. Yeah. Lee saying Val is not just indirect, but very gentle. See, there's two. Everybody has the two sides of the coin. We have it all. Let's not mince words here. I definitely have a direct side that can burn you up.
Yes. Yes.
And it's not something I would walk around and be proud of. It is not something that I would wish to do because I don't wish any kind of harm on anyone in any way, shape, or form, and no one deserves to get the dragon out. The dragon needs to rest for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Teresa says, use power gently. Whoops, there she is. Use power gently and sparingly. It is even more powerful then. That is really true.
Yes.
If you really and choose when you're going to use it, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not always proud of everything I say. Sometimes things fly out of my mouth. And I go, I'm pretty authentic, folks. I don't hide anything from you.
Yes.
I am how I am, and I say what I say. I don't, and even later, when whatever I'm saying is proven wrong, I will own up to it because I don't have any pride in any of that. I'm a truth seeker.
Yes.
It is all about seeking truth, right, wrongs, or whatever. And I don't hold on to anything. If somebody has a better idea, I'm all for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
because that's, you know what, we all make decisions based on information that we have at
exactly
the moment.
at the moment.
If new information comes in and it changes my outlook on something,
Yes.
I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that
No.
as a good thing. I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Now I know, so I can take steps to make other decisions based on the new information. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's part of
So when
learning.
we learn, yeah, it's part of learning. So when we learn, uh, uh, my approach to sometimes speaking directly like that is way out of the kilter. Let's just say I don't do that very often, but when I do, it's definitely from a authentic, really human place. Let's just say it like that.
Mhm.
And I am just as uh, you know,
Yes.
excited to learn that there's a different thought
Yes.
process about it.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And
I
and be open to be able to take responsibility when you have done something that is, or said something that is inappropriate.
exactly
That, don't just sit
don't
back and
fly.
pretend it
Yeah,
didn't happen or what. No, no. And I have definitely done that in the past where
yeah,
I have overreacted to something that
yeah,
wasn't someone else's fault, and then had to go back and say, I apologize.
yeah,
That
exactly.
was
I've done
that
that
was
more
not
times than I
you.
can count.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
That,
mean,
that was me.
own
Yeah.
up to it right,
Yes.
as soon as you can, because you're definitely going to be. It's a growth experience, and
It
it's something.
is.
And being truthful to yourself, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
part of that. So you definitely want to do that from a truthful place, and the more authentic you can be and open without any persona, mean personality, not your
Yes.
personality, but operate from that place inside of you, that soul guided place where you are, whatever infrastructure runs you. We'll say it like that. Not the ego. We're not talking about the
Yeah.
ego,
Yeah.
but that part of you that is like your operating system, where
Yeah.
you
And
move.
I heard a saying many, many years ago, and it really, really struck me. And it was, integrity is doing the right and honest thing, especially when no one's looking.
Exactly.
And I can't tell you how many times I've come up to a stop sign on the road where I can see clearly that there's no traffic. I come to a full stop.
Yeah, because you're Canadian. Canadians don't count because they would always do that. I mean, come on. We know about Dudley Do Right. I mean,
Yes. Yes.
you guys are all like everybody has manners and everybody stops at stops.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is the United States over here. We don't stop. We no.
Yeah, carry on.
It's really I
We
like.
look, nothing's coming, and we're going, we're clear. Let me just keep right on trucking.
But I
Yeah.
have to say, I like your analogy about the stopping at a stop sign when no one's looking. It's not an analogy, but you're making a point that when you stop at a stop sign, even if no one's looking, you're being cognizant of making sure everyone is safe. The people in your car, the passengers who are driving in other cars, and you are aware and paying attention. So
It's like washing your hands before you stick them in the ice tray in the community.
yeah, thank you. Please.
I've seen people come in. I don't know where they've been. I don't know what they've touched. And they'll
Yeah.
come in and they'll just dig their hand in for ice. And it's like,
There you go. That
go
is
and dump the whole thing of ice then and start over. It's just like,
yeah.
I'm not eating that ice. I don't know where their hands have been. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
most of them are clean, yes, but they may not have washed their hands recently, and maybe they did other things that we don't need to talk about.
Touched all the door handles, and then they put their hands on the
And
ice.
various other things, you know. So yeah, I mean, and
Yes.
they haven't washed their hands. So
I
I
have
mean, you know, I make a point, like when I go in there to get my eyes, I make a point, especially if there's other people in the lounge, of making a production out of washing my hands before I reach into the ice bin, you know, because we have an ice maker on the refrigerator.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, maybe some of them will get a hint. That's my indirect response to
Yes.
not saying,
Exactly.
wash your hands before you stick them in the ice bucket,
Yes.
which is what I usually want to say.
Now,
But
see, that's what I would be saying, because I go postal over that for some reason. That would just that it's like when my husband gives me a glass of water and he's giving it to me with his fingers all around the lip line. No,
don't
honey,
do that.
that's unsanitary. Don't touch where my lips go. Or a waiter brings you a glass and he brings you your glass like that.
Yeah, or they got their fingers stuck inside the glass as they're bringing it.
And even fingers inside. It's all of that. But yeah, and Lee is saying, Marina, your hair is lovely tonight. That's sweet, Lee.
Thank you. Yes, Lee. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Debbie. 3 Shifting Veils. Good to see you.
Well,
Suzanne.
Mommy Cat just showed up, Louis told me. So
Katie and
Oh,
Brad.
good.
baby's with her. So I had to make him come get him because my arm went numb. I was like, I was in position for so long and he fell asleep. I was like, can't move or he's going to wake up and start mewing again. He's with Mama now. I don't have to worry about it.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
And then after
Well,
this,
have
we
good-
got to go
good
say hello to my
stories to
kittens
tell.
because I haven't been there to say hello to them yet. So
Yeah, for sure. For
He'll
sure.
go back and say, Mama, you're not going to believe this, but there was this human. And yeah, she let me sleep on her and I scratched and she was okay and she cuddled me and let's go back to her house.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
well, we've got a pretty bad storm. It looks like it's building up out there. Last night was lightning show extraordinaire. And then today, when I got home, it was all black billowing clouds, storm and rain. But if she went and hid them where she's hidden them before because the lawn men scared her, then
Yes.
she'll be back with them before long because the hole she puts them in fills up with water. And so, it's like, yeah, that's not cool, man. But I'm not gonna make myself crazy over it like I did the last go round.
That's good.
No,
'Cause that,
no.
I mean,
I got my own kittens to deal with. I don't have the energy to deal with hers either. They were born on the patio. They've got their little box. She can go put them in the box on the patio and they're fine. And that's just as close as I'm getting to this. The first time I've even held one of them.
that's sweet.
Like,
That's sweet.
you know,
I just want it.
and
I
ours
just-
are all over the damn place. They're eating regular food now and they're bouncing, pouncing, and jumping all over. And you open the door to go in the bedroom, and wherever they're at, they pop up. You see them big eyes, and then here they come. You know, and climbing up your legs. It's like, okay, wow. I'm happy to see you too.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of surprised at how cats are so, they like to be around people. Oh, some. I mean, I'm
They
not.
like to pretend like they don't like being around
Yeah,
people.
that's it.
They're
They like to.
actually very social animals.
They really are, more so than you would think. Barbara's saying, my dad was always right. I made it a point to apologize right away to my son for behavior I was not proud of. Yeah. You kind of do the opposite of those bad behaviors that you got from your parents. Kind of, you take that opposite. Hopefully you don't do the same thing. You can,
but sometimes it comes out anyway.
It can come out anyway. Yes, I have experienced that. I got some of my dad's traits that are a little short, a little impatient.
Yeah.
And during those times when that happens, do we not appreciate that our children take the indirect approach to let us know that we've made a mistake, to allow us then to say, sorry, my bad.
Yes.
rather than the direct approach
Yes.
of, Mom, you know who you sound like right now?
Yeah. I've had them do both kind of things to me.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
my son has done both.
They
He tends to be more like me. That's the Aquarian in him. He's a little bit more the indirect,
yeah.
keep the peace. But there are times.
Yeah. There can be times when that's kind of, it's depending on the situation and how mad they are.
Exactly.
I heard somebody say something to my son one day about, you're so lucky. Your mom never gets mad. She's always so mellow. And he just kind of looked at him and said, "Oh, you've not been here when she's
Yeah,
been.
exactly. And we
She
just
would
have to
scare
own,
you."
yeah, I mean, let's own, none of us are 2,000,000% tranquil all the time.
Exactly.
No.
No,
Yes, exactly.
no.
Hear me on a rant. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our moments and days when we do that. And I have to say, so, I mean, that's the end of our subject matter for today. It's like,
I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of anything else. It was a 46-minute show.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
And thank you
It
all.
is.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
When it's done when it's done. And I think we're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, all of you, for being here. Don't forget, please, to like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, because you are the ones that help us get ahead. We could put out a video every hour on the hour. And until you engage with it, until you like, share, or do something with that video, the algorithm doesn't pick it up. So
That's right.
please do that. Please do that, because that's what engages the algorithm. And we should have our lovely dear friend Aley back soon. I think, they're almost
They're almost back.
almost finished their trip. And from what I understand, it's been really, really enjoyable. So
From all the pictures, it looks like she's been having a blast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks that way.
Yeah.
So,
and just quickly going to say, our dear departed friend Carolyn Booker, today would have been her birthday, and it still is. As far as I'm concerned, it still is her birthday. And for those of you who know David and Gary, Twin Tarot by the Bay, tomorrow is their birthday.
oh my goodness.
Yes, if you see them tomorrow,
I think it's in my calendar, but if not, I'll write it down.
So when was Carolyn's birthday?
Today.
You know what happened?
What?
This really super heavy. My son made this in high school for me, and I use it a lot. But it's a plexiglass kind of stand, and it's really heavy. And I lay it down in the bookshelf, I lay it down like that. And I was sitting in my meditation room, and bang! I come out here, and it's laying on the floor. I said, Carolyn.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know you're okay. And I did have a little chit chat with her, but it was definitely her. And, we had some communication before she passed, a few, probably maybe even a year before. And a lot of things went on. And she had a reading with me, Akashic Record reading and other things. And so I did get to know her pretty well. And so it was just, I knew right away. And then as soon as I said her name, I got the chills. And of course she only did that one thing.
Yes.
That was all she needed to get my attention. I wanted to throw that out there that, they can cross over and still be able right away.
When my calendar thing popped up this morning, it was her birthday today because it's on my computer calendar.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting there, just kind of took me a minute of going, oh,
yeah.
I miss her so much already. I mean, and I'm sure Peter is struggling. I mean,
Yeah.
Been there, know what that feels like.
Loss is a tough
You lose
thing.
a spouse. And he's such a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
And but I know she's happy where she's at.
Oh God, she's
I
delighted.
think she's
Yes.
kind of let all of us
She
know
doesn't
that,
have any body pain. She doesn't have it. She feels fantastic. She loves it.
yeah, yeah. She's
So,
kind of like, yeah, this is cool. I can hang here for a while. I mean,
I
that's
mean, she's
kind of what she
good.
was giving me. Was like, this is
Yes.
good. I'm not in any
Yeah.
hurry. So I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Exactly.
Here's Anita. I just have to do before we go. After my son passed, I had to go buy a keyboard, and I was looking, and one flew off the shelf. Yes, these are our loved ones telling us things, because my house isn't some active house with things like this that happen. I knew it was a message, and I love that your son gave you those messages. Mine used to give me radio songs. Could come on the radio, and I knew.
Yeah, my husband does that a lot. He
Yeah.
gives me songs that we used to listen to.
Yes, exactly.
The TV shows, or I'll just hear like the intro, few notes intro of a show
Yeah.
we used to watch together all the time. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And so, thank you, Carolyn, happy birthday wherever you are in spirit. And thank you for visiting me.
Yes.
And all of you, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you next week on, is it supposed to be Aley's channel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week on Aley's channel.
On Aley's channel, Heart and Soul Connected. So we'll see you all then. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Wow.